Hey, thank you so much for the pep talk yesterday. I am raring to go. I've got meetings lined up the whole day. You think I should wear a suit?
I don't know. Maybe Shira has a point.
I'm doing me.
What?
Yeah, that's what Nina told me yesterday. You do you.
Yeah, but it's not about you, Kenneth. It's about the impression you give off when you wear a suit. It tells others that you take them and yourself seriously.
I can do that through my pitch. I'm not a business guy, I'm a tech guy.
You're asking them for money. A lot of money. And nobody's gonna fault a tech guy for wearing a suit.
Fine, I'll go change.
I want to know what your plans are.
Dad, we have been through this. I am not obliged to tell you everything that happens at KSUH.
You didn't let me finish. I want to know what your plans are for Ella's business.
Literally, the exact same thing.
Why did she go to you and Lewis?
It's a fledgling business. She needs capital to go to the next level.
You sure? Because first she went to you and Lewis. Now she's working with Jessica.
Dad, do not flatter yourself. Ella has made it quite clear she wants nothing to do with the family. It's strictly business.
Actually, Derek helped us a lot. When we won the grant from KS Foundation, he gave us a lot of suggestions on how to use the money.
That's very good of him.
He always seems like a grumpy old man, but inside, it's not that bad.
He also wanted to help us with Sutrinium, but Ella wasn't keen.
I understand why. Things between the two of them are a bit complicated. I was surprised when she accepted Jessica's help.
There's something in it for Jessica, too. If the brand takes off, she also benefits.
But it took such a long time for Ella to move on after the way those Shellys treated her. I just hope,
What are you guys talking about?
Tao Hui, you want?
Don't worry, we have time before our meeting with Jessica.
Thank you.
You going meeting up with those two again?
Yes, and for God's sakes, please don't barge in like you did yesterday. Just stay at home.
You were the one who said we should keep an eye on them. Both Ella and that nincompoop Richard. I'm just doing my part.
Don't use me as an excuse.
Of course, I'm also happy to lend my expertise.
Has it ever occurred to you that she may not want your expertise?
What are you talking about? I single-handedly built up Shelley Holdings.
It's precisely because you were so obsessed with Shelley Holdings
An obsession that funded your exorbitant lifestyle.
that you never took the slightest interest in your own daughter's life.
Rubbish. We were close.
Oh, really? What was her favorite fashion label?
You're actually testing me.
You were close, right? Tell me.
It was the one with the logo of the rhino and the face and the thing that looks like a plant.
I rest my case.
Thanks for the invitation. These days, I'm quite busy with Khalid.
But don't you deserve to take time for yourself as well? The OLS organizes regular social events.
I'm not really the social type, Celia. I prefer to spend time at home and do my own things.
Is this about what Zara said the other day? Can I state for the record? Asking you to join the OLS has nothing to do with pity or making the rest of us feel good about ourselves. I'm afraid Zara has mistaken. At the OLS, we support and encourage each other through all our own personal struggles. It's about having people to talk to and journey with you no matter which stage of life we're at.
I'll need to think about it first, okay?
How about we chat over coffee? I can tell you more about what the OLS does. And if you're keen, I can even help you talk to Zara.
Ella, long time no see. You look well.
So do you.
I'm looking forward to the launch of your new brand. Sounds very promising.
This is my partner, Avery.
We're actually here to meet Jessica. She's offering us a pop-up spot in our shop.
Ah, how interesting.
Why don't you all two take a seat first? I'll be with you in a minute. I assure you, there's nothing to worry about.
There better not be. Because as I told you before, I'll make sure I'll bring you down with me.
Kenneth, looking sharp. Going to a funeral or something?
You know, you're the third person to say that today. Is it really so weird to see me in a suit?
Look, I'm kidding, okay? In fact, I'd say it suits you.
Thanks, I guess. It's just that my armpits can't breathe.
You want to look like a boss? It's a small price to pay, bro.
Hey, how'd the meeting go?
The suit didn't make a difference. If anything, it made me sweat more. And sweating more made me nervous about pit stains. And thinking about that made me even more nervous about what I was trying to say.
Okay, just start at the beginning and tell me everything.
So for your launch, I propose that we do a multi-pronged approach. Ella, you focus on social media. You will handle the website. We need to direct as much traffic there as possible. I will work on my connections in the media as well as prominent members of society.
What can a bunch of retired tai-tais possibly do for your business?
Derek, I don't remember inviting you to be part of this meeting.
Everything you've talked about, all of it's fluff.
It's called marketing.
James and KSUH are helping us with the overall strategy, finances, and so on.
James has got bigger fish to fry. How focused do you think he'll be when it comes to your little fashion brand?
Derek, if you have a point, please just get to it.
You have a perfectly capable resource at your disposal. A former business tycoon brimming with ideas and plenty of time to spare.
Fine. No harm hearing him out, I guess.
That's your choice, but not now. I have to meet one of my suppliers.
I don't get it. I did everything you guys told me to do. Tone down the goofies, steer the discussion, really try to sell the company, but...
It's not just about checking items off the list.
And it doesn't help that every time they ask about Lady Lemon, I struggle to change the subject.
Whoa! Change the subject.
Hey, I got your text message about this morning's meeting. It's true, Lady Lemon was a major screw-up. But any potential investor is gonna wanna know what you've learned from it and how you're moving forward.
Okay, that's pretty harsh. You should also read the person you're meeting, and react accordingly.
That's terrible advice. Then you're just pandering and second-guessing yourself at every turn based on what the other person is thinking.
Okay, that's a really extreme interpretation of what I just said.
Come on, Ananya, this is not about you. Look, let's do a dry run. Right now. Hi, Kenneth, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, hi, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet me.
Okay, no, stop. Your time is just as valuable as theirs is. You're giving them too much power. Let's do it again. Oh, actually, is there a room available?
Just admit it. You're just jealous because Ella and I actually have a relationship now. That's why you're being such a pain in...
Nonsense! Why are you so threatened by me anyway? Or are you feeling guilty about the way you've treated your dear ex-daughter all these years?
Sounds like you're talking about yourself, Derek.
My conscience is clear. Since you're so intent on attacking me, maybe you need to ask yourself why. As far as I'm concerned, Ella's moved on and she's ready to talk business.
Well, if you look at the figures I've given you, our year-on-year revenues have sort of grown by around 20%, even though our team is leaner compared to...
Okay, I'm gonna stop you. Sort of, around 20%, kind of. These are all qualifiers you're using as fillers. Drop them.
I can't help it, okay? I tend to talk more when I'm nervous.
Yeah, your posture too. You're slouching. Sit up straight. Stick out your chest. It'll help you appear more confident.
Okay, from the top, this time, drop all the qualifiers.
Our year-on-year revenues have grown by 20%, even though our team is leaner compared to studios with similar output.
See? Much better. Being sharper with your words makes all the difference.
Actually, I think it was the posture that made all the difference.
Yeah, I think my armpits are starting to sweat again.
I think he's asking for you. Keep on working. I don't have time for this now.
Okay, what should we practice next? Let's work on further focusing the content of your pitch.
I think that's putting the cart before the horse. The messaging can be tweaked later on. It's the delivery that counts.
I'm glad you decided to hear him out. For all we know, he might give some good advice.
It's no big loss to me, I guess, to just sit there and listen to his suggestions.
Good lah. Keep him busy. Don't always come here and kacau me.
Nothing's set in stone. I'm still not convinced that he wants anything to do with my life. Who knows what his agenda is?
Speak of the Shelley.
You should have seen the look on Jessica's face just now. She thinks just because she's been able to keep her little shop afloat, she's in a position to mentor budding entrepreneurs.
I heard from Ella. You also want to help them with the business?
In fact, we have an appointment later over dinner. I could tell she's looking forward to it.
Is it? She and Avery seems to be very clear what they want to do.
Where I come in is the how. They'd be fools to reject my counsel.
I don't want.
Khalid, don't be naughty.
I want to go to the playground.
Okay. You come up with us first and sit down for a while, and Nini will buy for you macarons to eat. Huh? Okay? You like that, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Celia. Careful.
Lovely to see you, Adina. Thanks for meeting me.
No problem. We were just having lunch downstairs before this.
You know, so many of the OLS ladies simply adore eating at Adina's. We have our meetups there very often.
Thank you for your support.
You know, they keep asking me, why not get Adina to join us? As a business owner and a strong, independent woman, you're such an inspiration. And many of the younger women will be privileged to learn from you.
I'm getting old, and worse, I'm getting forgetful. I'm not sure how much I can contribute.
Don't just think of it in terms of contribution. We also organize regular social events where you can just come and meet the OLS ladies and chit-chat, or pick up new hobbies like floral arrangement.
I suppose it would be nice to meet more people and learn new things.
Hi, Debbie. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you if you know anything about this guy. He's from KSUH, Jeffrey Yo. I heard he's a sugar daddy. Well, of course he's a big spender. I heard he's some director or something. So your friend told you that he's been targeting younger girls. That's pretty typical, I guess.
So all you have to do is practice how you carry yourself while you're speaking. You can use the mirror in my room.
Don't get me wrong. I know where you're coming from and how this makes me look more confident and all that,
But it's not you.
Exactly. I guess I'm just used to being more informal when talking to people. And I think the right investor will be comfortable with me being me.
I completely agree. It's important to be authentic. It's like you're looking for a marriage.
Why are you so adamant on me not being me? This is how I've been from day one, and I see no reason
Why
to
are
change.
you being so stubborn about all of this? Can't you see that this is about portraying the best possible version of yourself?
Ananya, is there something you're not telling me?
Look, James basically told me that he had reservations about Shelley Holdings taking a stake in Kenz's studio all those years ago. Reservations about you, actually.
But he was the one who pushed
He
me.
did it for the sake of your family, okay? With everything that was happening with Diana, he just...
So, I was a pity project.
Thank you for the tea. I'll think about it and let you know.
Okay. Bye, Khalid. Bye, Dewi.
Namjoon took so long.
It's over now, Khalid. Thank you for being so patient.
You stay with Khalid for a while, yeah? I need to go to the toilet.
We go when Big Dewi comes back, okay? Now, let's see. What kinds of activities the OLS will be organizing, okay?
I want to go to the playground.
Floral arrangement, cooking class, and ballroom dancing. Wow. What do you think, Khalid? Huh? Should Nenek learn ballroom dancing?
I want to go to the playground. Ananya, that was unnecessary. What you said to Kenneth about James. Not to mention unkind.
It needed to be said, Cameron. Or he's just setting himself up for failure.
You know what helps avoid failure? Confidence. Something which is completely shattered thanks to you.
Now you're concerned? How about a few weeks ago when you rushed to tell him about the board's decision to sell its stake in Kenster?
That was completely different. He was gonna find out anyway. It would have been stupid for me to pretend like I didn't know anything.
I deliberately waited for the right time to tell him because I know how much Kenster means to him. Something that as his fling, or whatever you call yourself, I don't expect you to understand.
You know what else I don't understand? That you're engaged to Charles, but you act like you're married to Kenneth. For God's sake, let the man live his life.
Ma'am? Where's Khalid?
Khalid? He was here a minute ago. Khalid? Khalid? Khalid?
Maybe he's at the restaurant. I go downstairs to check, yeah?
Okay. Excuse me, can I borrow your pen?
Okay, sure.
This is my number. If my grandson comes back here, please call me.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
He's not in the restaurant?
No, ma'am.
Huh? Khalid! Khalid!
I've taken the liberty of compiling some case studies for you. Jessica thinks her network of ties and word of mouth are enough to launch your brand. But nothing announces your arrival to the world like a charity gala.
A fundraiser. That's your big idea.
It's the perfect fit. High-end brand. You need a gathering of the who's who, the elites of business and society. You know, it's a perfect opportunity for you to raise funds for the beneficiaries of your social enterprise while giving visibility to your brand.
Like a fashion show?
Exactly. Instead of piecemeal marketing efforts here and there, focus on one big event.
I see.
You know, back in the day, events like this were crucial for networking.
I know. I used to attend these so-called fundraisers all the time, thanks to you.
You know, let me tell you the number of deals I made.
And now I realize how much of a waste they were. Studies show that one, these events cost way more than they raise, and two, it's precisely this kind of excess that goes against the ethos of Sutrinium. We want to empower the people in our value chain, not elicit pity for them. Nice try, though.
Ella! All that crap about wanting a clean slate, letting go of your grudges, was lip service, wasn't it?
I'm sorry you can't seem to take no for an answer.
You clearly haven't grown up or matured at all. Still acting like the world revolves around you.
You're the one stuck in the past, still clinging onto your old life. The world doesn't revolve around you.
You ingrate. What a complete waste of all that time and money invested in your education.
Well, getting kicked out of your toxic family was the best thing that ever happened to me.
What happened to the two of you? Why can't talk nicely to each other?
Why don't you ask your best friend why?
What's the matter?
Hello, Yok. From the looks of it, your mother will be back late tonight. Seems like she's got her hands full with that Ella again. What's she up to? Her usual drama, I suppose. Who knows?
Where is he? Devi, can you find him? Over there, ma'am.
Khalid! How can you just run off by yourself like that?
Calm down. Calm down.
Slowly. Careful.
Khalid, that was very naughty.
That was boy. You only needed to wait for a short while for Big Devi to come out from the toilet.
I kept asking Nenek if I can go to the playground, but she didn't hear me.
Sorry Nenek's meeting took very long, okay? But you must promise me you won't run away like that again.
Okay.
So what must you say to Nenek?
Sorry, Nenek.
Khalid is a good boy. Okay, go. You can go. You can play for another 10 minutes only, okay?
Don't worry, yeah, ma'am. I won't tell Ma'am Rosnani or Ma'am Shira about what happened.
Thanks, Dewi. See, I Can't even look after Khalid for a few minutes. How am I supposed to contribute anything to the OLS? I think I will tell Celia no.
You all done for the day, huh?
Yeah, finally finished all my meetings.
You get a good feeling from any of them?
Nope, not today.
Well, chin up. You are a capable guy. You got a good team. I'm sure it's just a matter of time.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Well, I was just about to tell Kenneth I have some contacts I could put you in touch with. I'll keep you updated.
Thanks, James. Appreciate that.
You are most welcome.
Ken,
I know that it's just Derek being Derek, but I hate that after all these years, his words still hurt.
Ella, don't waste your time with him. He's just bored and is finding ways to make himself feel important again. We can manage without his input, can't we?
Do you know why I entertained him in the first place?
You must have been feeling very charitable then.
It's because I don't trust you. You're still running that sugar baby ring. You're still putting girls at risk by enabling that creep Jeffrey.
Ella, please. It's not like I can just shut it down. All the girls' livelihoods depend on it.
For all I know, he's doing to them what he did to me.
I've asked my girls to be very careful from now on.
So you think that if they get raped by him, it's because they weren't careful enough?
That's not what I meant.
I'm warning you, Jessica. If you don't put a stop to this, I don't see how I can continue working with you. Especially since you know what he did to me.
What James said makes sense. Okay, he saw a gap in the market and Ken still filled it. He's not going to be the only person that thinks that way.
In the meantime, I still can't sell my company.
Hey, being a salesman doesn't come naturally to a lot of people.
Look, I know you're trying to be nice. So was Cameron. Even Shira threw me a bone. But the fact is, I suck at marketing and sales pitching and getting all hyper and rah-rah. It's just not me.
Look, while you wallow in self-pity, I'm gonna go look for a way to help you out of this, okay?